What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. I literally just finished watching a video, a brand new video by Cali Legends Media. Cali Legends Media is an upcoming channel. I believe he's older than me. He lived the street life. He was involved in the lifestyle. He was involved, with drugs. He was involved in prison. He's been around, right? And luckily for him, he's made it to the age he's at, and he's seemingly healthy, right? And he does his videos, and he's living life, and he's living life on the streets, no longer caught up in addiction, no longer caught up in the lifestyle. And his video popped up to me, and it has to do with his grandson. I know a lot of my subscribers aren't really a fan of his, but I'm going to ask you guys for two things. I'm going to ask you guys to find the time today and go over there and watch that video. And I'm also going to ask that you guys say a prayer for his grandson, Levi. Lucky talked about how God came into his life on several occasions and made him better, made him well, took away his suffering. And before I pressed record on this, I said a prayer. And I prayed that Levi not only come through this, but that he come through this completely unscathed, and that he grow up to be a healthy, humble, kind man. And I hope that everyone will say a prayer for him, and that he'll make it through with no problem, right? I'm not a person who openly discusses my relationship with God, because my relationship with God means so much to me, and it's personal. And religion tends to turn people off. And if you guys remember, the homie Big Mike from Chicano Style Bikers, I usually wear one of his t-shirts. I have several t-shirts that he sent me. And I try to wear one at least once a week, if not twice a week, in remembrance. And I remember when I used to talk to Mike, Mike had stage 4 cancer, right? And I would talk to Mike a lot. Not every day, but we spoke. And he didn't believe in God, right? And I told him, I said, in my experience, everyone, if they're lucky enough to not have something happen where they die instantly, but to where they're told like, hey, I'm sorry to tell you, but you only have this much amount of time, whatever. I said, every one of those people, before they pass, they have a conversation with God. And I said, I hope you will too. And right before he passed, he gave himself to the Lord. And I know he was forgiven, and I know he's good. So for those of you that are seeing this and you believe in God, then I know you'll pray. And you pray with an open heart, and you pray with love. That's a baby. I know in my belief, whatever Lucky and his family are going through is a tragedy, but it's also a lesson from God. And we never know what those lessons are. If we're lucky, down the line, we'll figure it out. But nobody wants to see a baby suffer. Nobody wants to see a family suffer because of their baby. So I wanted to do my part and ask you guys again, go and watch that video. Say a prayer and keep them in your prayers. And let's hope that in a day or two, Lucky will do another video and show us his grandson in recovery, healed. And if it takes longer than a couple days, we're going to continue to pray. We're going to keep that baby in our prayers. We're going to keep that family in our prayers. And hopefully, if they need something else, he'll say it. I know it's hard for men to say it. I know it's hard for men to ask. But if they need any financial support, then I hope he say it. And I know a lot of us would help. You know, this last thing when the homie Josh passed away, people tried to beat up on Gunner and I, and we said we're never going to help anybody again. This is a baby. If I can send a few bucks and it helps them with whatever, I'm down. And I know a lot of other people will be too. So, you know, in situations like this, there's no right words. Right? Like, what do you say to somebody who's probably not able to sleep, who can't taste their food because their mind is stuck on the baby? I know I've been blessed. The Lord has blessed me in my life. He let me live through a lot of crazy stuff. And then he decided that I belonged out here. And so I know the miracles that can happen. And I have no doubt that through prayer, we can get thousands of people praying for this baby. He's going to be all right. So that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart. And especially listening to this story, right? Going over there and listening to the story. Tell the ones you love that you love them. We could all be gone tomorrow. All right, you guys.